Hi, I'm Dr. Jerry Montagna. In this segment, we're going to cover the setup and the basic instructions for using the Warp 75. The Warp 75 is one of the devices made by Quantum Devices Incorporated out of Wisconsin. Their company and the Warp units were the ones that did the research for NASA. That's all over the news. These are the units that are used in the military, on the space station. If you see another unit that is quoting NASA research or the University of Wisconsin, these are the units that did it. And if those units are not the Warp units, then they are not the ones that have done the research, but they are just building a unit to try to use that research to back it. When you receive your Warp 75, it'll come in a carrying case, so you can carry it around or even store it in there if you wish. And you'll have three things. One, the 75 unit itself, and two power cords. Take the square unit on the small power cord, plug the heavier power cord into the square device. The smaller wire will have a square clip on it, and on the 75 unit itself there is a square unit here with 5 holes. You just line those holes up, push it in until it clicks, and it's in. I will mention that there are 2 other holes here. Those can be if you want to buy a stand-up frame unit, or even one that fastens to a desk to be able to put it on like a draftsman's type of light unit. This will do that to hold it in place. But before you do that, I'm going to recommend you hold off, because most people buy it and then never use it. So don't jump into that real quick. Once that's done, all you have to do is plug this into a power unit. It has a very long cord, so you don't have to sit next to a power plug in order to be able to use the unit, and it's set up and ready to go. On the back of the Warp 75, you'll find 2 buttons, one above each other, and 2 lights. The top button is Start, and obviously what you would think, it starts the unit functioning. It is fan cooled, so you'll hear the fan running, and it produces the 670 nanometer of energy coming out. The stop button stops it, and it beeps every time it stops. When you start the start button, it will run for 88 seconds and then shut itself off with the beep. But you can stop it at any time and then restart it. The lights, you have on this side a delay light. You'll notice when I'm running it and I stop it, it will be on for about 2 seconds. The purpose of that is the unit will be resetting itself and preparing itself to be able to function the next time you push the start button, and to be able to function at the 670 nanometers that it's supposed to do. Highly sophisticated piece of equipment. The 2 lights, one is the delay I mentioned, and that delay light comes on, like I say, for about 2 seconds, but the other time it'll come on is if the unit gets too warm and it wants to rest. And if it does that, the fan will continue to run until it cools down. Being fan operated, try not to get it, like if I was going to do up under here, I wouldn't want to cover up the air vents. Try to keep the air vent as open as you can. You don't want to put it under a shirt unless you absolutely have to, but realize 1 or 2 times and it's going to say, hey, I need to breathe, and bring it out and let it cool off. You don't want it to overheat for a couple reasons. One, you want the unit to last, so you don't want to overheat it. But also, if it gets warm, they have found that the LED lights will lose its efficiency by as much as 50% if they get warm. So that's why they keep this constant temperature. Plus, they don't want you to burn. You will never get burned. You will not get hot with this. This unit is set up, all the Warp units are set up to prevent that. You don't want to lose the efficiency. Many units that you buy on the market will even have a heating element. You'll push a button so you can produce heat. You're counteracting the whole idea of the LED energy, because you heat up that unit, you're going to heat up the LED bulbs that's in it, and you're going to lose the efficiency. That's why most units will tell you to use them for a half hour or an hour, where these, a minute and a half, 3 minutes, 6 minutes, you're going to accomplish what it is you need to do. In using it, you always want to go against the skin. If you're using or putting it over an open sore or a burn, you can put a clear plastic like a saran wrap or something like that and put over it. You can clean it using a cotton swab, or not a cotton swab, but an alcohol swab. Do not put it under water. I shouldn't have to mention that, but I will mention it because somewhere along the way someone may say I didn't. Very simple to use. You can use it over the entire body. You can use it over the eyes. The Warp 10 I've mentioned has been used and made for the military to use over the eyes for laser burns. So you just have to close the eyelid. That's the basic operation of it. If you have any questions, whether you bought from us or not, or comments, please contact me. You can get to me by going to www.warp-light.com. That's warp-light.com. If you're having some successes, please let us know. I'll pass it on to the company. That's how they know to do some of the research. That's how they're doing research on dry macular degeneration, some concussions, some Alzheimer's. There's a lot of different things that have come about, seeing the results. So if you're having the results, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. I hope this helps explain the 75 and get you up and get you going with it. If you, like I say, if you have any questions, let me know. Have a great day, and may God bless.